They say the Firebird song can light the darkest night. But what if that song was never meant to be heard by human ears? Welcome, little dreamers and big hearts, to another magical adventure here on Bright Tale Time. Tonight's story takes us to a world where mountains whisper, rivers hum, and the stars themselves sing when no one is watching. Our hero, Niko, is about to discover that sometimes the quietest hearts can awaken the loudest magic. So, snuggle up, close your eyes, and let the melody of courage, friendship, and hope begin. This is the tale of Niko and the Song of the Firebird. Chapter 1. The Boy Who Heard the Sky. In a small mountain village wrapped in mists and silver pine trees lived a boy named Niko. He was quiet, not shy, but quiet in the way the wind pauses before sunrise. Niko loved music, though he had never owned an instrument. He made melodies from anything, a hollow reed, the rhythm of raindrops, even the whispering leaves. But most of all, he listened. He believed the world sang to those who truly listened. His grandmother, Ina, told him stories of the Firebird, a creature of flame and song that once brought warmth to the coldest lands. It sang only once every 1,000 years, she'd say, and its song carried the power to heal hearts, awaken courage, and rekindle lost hope. But in Ina's eyes, there was always a sadness. Long ago, she'd whisper, a human tried to capture the Firebird song, and the world has been losing its melody ever since. Niko would gaze toward the snow-tipped Mount Orion, where people said the Firebird still slept beneath frozen clouds. He'd press a hand to his heart and whisper, if it still sings, maybe I'll be the one to hear it. Chapter 2. The Night of the Falling Stars. It was the Festival of Lights, when villagers lit lanterns to honor the spirits of sound and sky. As music filled the valley, Niko sat alone on a hill, gazing at the stars. One streaked across the sky, blazing gold, trailing feathers of light. Then another, then hundreds. But one didn't fall like the rest. It dove, straight toward the mountains. And as it vanished, Niko heard it. A note. Just one. Pure, trembling, and impossibly beautiful. It echoed through his bones like a heartbeat. Then silence. The villagers didn't hear it. Only Niko did. His eyes widened. He knew. The Firebird had awakened. Chapter 3. The Journey Begins. At dawn, Niko packed a small satchel, bread, his grandmother's old shawl, and a reed flute he had carved himself. Ina tried to stop him, but her eyes softened when she saw his determination. The Firebird's song is not for human ears, she warned. I don't want to capture it, Niko said. I just want to listen. She placed a hand over his heart. Then listen with this, not just these. And so, Niko began his climb toward Mount Orion. The forest was alive. Ancient trees hummed softly, and wind chimes of icicles tinkled above. He crossed rivers that sang lullabies and valleys where echoes danced like ghosts. That's when he met her. A girl cloaked in feathers, eyes like amber fire. Who are you? Niko asked. The guardian of the mountain. My name is Kaia. Why are you climbing toward the Firebird's nest? To hear its song. Kaia frowned. Many have tried. None returned. The Firebird doesn't sing for humans. Then I'll just listen from afar. Something in his honesty made Kaia pause. She tilted her head, feathers shimmering like molten gold. Very well, she said at last. If you can hear the mountain's heartbeat, perhaps you deserve to hear its song. Chapter 5. The Firebird Awakens. Beyond the bridge lay a vast valley of molten glass and floating embers, and in its heart, a great nest of flame, the Firebird. It rose slowly, wings unfurling in a blaze of red and gold. Its eyes were stars. Its feathers burned without smoke. Niko fell to his knees, awestruck. The Firebird's song began, soft at first, then vast and shimmering, like a sunrise given sound. Every note painted the air in color, and Niko's heart felt like it might burst. Kaia bowed her head. You must leave now. No human can withstand its full song. But Niko didn't run. He lifted his flute and played along. A humble reed's whisper joined the voice of creation itself. The Firebird paused. The flames dimmed. It turned its gaze toward the boy, not in anger, but wonder. And then it sang with him. Two melodies, one divine, one human, wove together into harmony. The mountains shook, light poured into the sky, and for the first time in 1,000 years, the world remembered how to sing.
Chapter 6. The Price of the Song. When the final note faded, the Firebird's eyes softened. You have heard my song without greed or fear, it spoke, its voice like thunder wrapped in silk. For that, I grant you a gift and a choice. A feather of fire drifted toward Niko's hand. With this, you may carry my song to the world, but know this, such power demands sacrifice. Your voice will no longer belong to you. Niko looked at Kaia, at the sunrise, and then at his flute. He smiled gently. Then, let the world sing through me. The feather touched his heart, his voice vanished, but in its place, a soft glow radiated from his chest, humming the Firebird's melody wherever he went. The Firebird spread its wings and rose into the sky, leaving trails of light that painted dawn across the clouds.
Chapter 7. The Return. Kaia led Niko back down the mountain. The forests that had been silent now whispered with life. Rivers sang. Even the wind carried faint notes of the Firebird's tune. When they reached the village, the people gathered, amazed. Wherever Niko stepped, music followed, healing, mending, inspiring. Enna wept with joy. You did it, child! You brought the song back! Niko smiled, though he couldn't speak. Instead, he lifted his flute, and the melody that flowed out was unlike anything ever heard before. It carried warmth, courage, and hope. Kaia watched from afar, wings folded. She knew her duty was complete. But when she turned to leave, Niko caught her gaze and played one final tune just for her. It said, "Thank you." Chapter 8. The Legend Lives On. Years passed. Niko grew, his hair silvering like moonlight. The Firebird's song never left him. It was said that on quiet nights, when the wind brushed through the pines, you could still hear his flute, a melody that made flowers bloom and hearts heal. Children were told the story of the boy who heard the sky, the one who gave up his voice so the world could find its song again. And high above, in the clouds over Mount Orion, a great Firebird soared, singing softly, proud of the human who had finally listened. Moral of the story: true strength comes not from being the loudest, but from listening deeply, to others, to nature, and to the voice within. So, dear dreamers, our tale of Niko and the Song of the Firebird comes to an end. A story of courage, kindness, and the power of listening, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Because sometimes, the world doesn't need heroes who shout. It needs hearts quiet enough to hear the music hidden in everything. So remember, Even if your voice feels small, your song might just be the one that awakens the world